The 49ers Report is presented by Magic Spoon. Do you want to start your day with a hearty bowl of cereal that has clean ingredients? It's packed with 13 grams of protein per serving and 0 grams of sugar. Magic Spoon is your cereal, and coming up, we'll tell you about all of their delicious flavors. But you can get $5 off at checkout by going to magicspoon.com/49ers Report. They're a big sponsor of what we do. The cereal is awesome. You should hop on board right now. Let's dive into the latest 49ers news and rumors, and we're going to have fun on today's show, as we always do here on the channel. And we kick it off with this. Will Trey Lance start this season if he's ready? Going to go ahead and give this 3 Shanahats because I think it's likely. This rumor coming from Mike Garofolo of the NFL Network, who last week said at some point Trey Lance is going to start this year, and he doubled down on that on Good Morning Football on Monday. Basically said, Trey Lance, if he's ready to go, this coaching staff led by Kyle Shanahan is not going to hold him back. He also picked the 49ers to win the NFC West, which I agree with. He said they're going to be victorious in that gauntlet of a division as long as they can stay healthy, and said Lance, he's going to ball out, he's going to play, he's going to start over Jimmy Garoppolo, even if Jimmy is playing well, even if Trey Lance is ready to go. Here's what he had to say on Good Morning Football. I think the 49ers could still make the playoffs and win the division and still have a quarterback change in the middle of the season. I truly believe that. Now, that's not a knock on Jimmy G. It's just that Trey Lance, from what I gather, has already shown up there and proven that he is mentally at this stage of the game a lot more than maybe people thought. And I feel bad for Jimmy G, but there's nothing Jimmy can do to stave that off. I agree with that. You don't move up to number 3 to draft Trey Lance, and if he's ready to play, you don't hold him back. Look, if he's not ready to go, you take the same path that the Kansas City Chiefs took with Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith, and you let Mahomes kind of learn and get tutored under Smith if he's not ready to play in the NFL. But if Trey Lance displays in training camp, as well as during the preseason, that he can be successful as the starting quarterback from week 1, he's going to play. And say what you want, the word coming out of Santa Clara is that Trey Lance is impressing with his maturity, his leadership, his overall skill set, and he's already kind of getting ahead by doing some workouts in his off time with Deebo Samuel as well as Mohamed Sanu. Those clips continue to circulate all over social media, and the big emphasis for Trey Lance has been working on his mechanics. What has he been doing? He's been working on those mechanics. So he's taken it upon himself to improve his game. During rookie minicamps, the coaching staff was really excited about him. During OTAs, they couldn't stop complimenting him, and all of his veteran teammates continue to hurl compliments upon him, saying, this kid is the real deal. So say what you want, Trey Lance is impressing everybody right now, which goes with my belief that he's going to start if he is ready to indeed play. So what do you think? Will Trey Lance start before the midway point of the season? Remember, it's a 17-game, 18-week schedule here in 2021. Get into the comment section and let me know. Type Y for yes or type N for no. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's YouTube video, so if you get hit with that ad break, this is a perfect time to scroll on down and get your votes in. Trey Lance was also at his alma mater over the weekend at Carson Wentz charity softball game, and Carson Wentz, he was drafted early on by the Philadelphia Eagles several years ago, so kind of knows what Trey Lance is dealing with as a high end of the first-round pick, and gave him some advice. He said he's in a great situation. They have a great culture there in San Francisco, a good coaching staff, so I know he's going to do a great job, and I'm excited for him. I just keep telling him to be himself. Don't let any of those things change who you are, change your values, change your perspective on football. Just go play. And Trey Lance was also balling out during that softball game with Carson Wentz. And yeah, Carson Wentz had a disastrous 2020 season, but in 2017, he nearly won the MVP. So if I'm Trey Lance, I'd take stock in Wentz saying that, and I'd certainly accept that advice. Next rumor we're going to hit. Kyle Shanahan is not a top 10 coach in the NFL, according to CBS Sports. That's ridiculous. I think that article should be lit up in flames. I'm giving it 0 Shanahats. Just chill. There is no doubt that Kyle Shanahan is a top 10 coach in the National Football League. He is a brilliant offensive mind, And when he hasn't had to have C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins as starting quarterback, he's been a pretty damn good head coach. I think there's no doubt Kyle Shanahan is a top 10 guy. Now, CBS Sports put together a list of the top 10 coaches in the NFL heading into 2021 and basically listed out all 32 coaches and explained where they rank on that list. Kyle Shanahan coming in at number 11. I just don't agree with that. Why he did come in at number 11, they cited his record as the reason why he is not a top 10 guy. And when we look at this list of the top 10 coaches, look, the top 5, it's hard to debate that those guys shouldn't be top 5 coaches. Kyle Shanahan, though, I think has earned the right to be a top 10 guy. You talk about the record, though. 2017, his first year as a head coach, 49ers go 6-10. 2018, they were even worse at 4-12. 2019, though, nobody was expecting that team to make it to the Super Bowl. They did. They almost took down the Kansas City Chiefs if Jimmy G didn't miss that throw late in the game. 2020, the only reason they underperformed and didn't reach expectations because of injuries, not because Kyle Shanahan did a horrible job. His overall record, yeah, it's 29-35, but the eye test tells you Kyle Shanahan is an offensive wizard. Here's that list laid out there by CBS Sports. Number 1, Andy Reid. Hard to dispute that. Number 2, Bill Belichick. You can make the argument he's the best coach of all time. John Harbaugh in at number 3. I think he's a fantastic coach for the Baltimore Ravens. Sean Payton in at number 4. He, too, like Kyle Shanahan, an offensive genius. Sean McDermott, maybe a little high at 5 right now, but I think he's done a masterful job rebuilding the Buffalo Bills. Here's where it really gets interesting. Sean McVay, at number 6, Kyle Shanahan has dominated him throughout his head coaching career. Pete Carroll in at 7, Bruce Arians at 8. He did just win the Super Bowl. Matt LaFleur at number 9, though. Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers dump trucked the Green Bay Packers 2 years ago in the NFC Championship game. Mike Tomlin, he rarely has a losing season. He's in at number 10. Kyle Shanahan on the outside looking in of this top 10 list at number 11, followed by Frank Reich of the Indianapolis Colts, Kevin Stefanski of the Cleveland Browns, and Mike Vrabel of the Tennessee Titans, Mike Zimmer of the Minnesota Vikings coming in at number 15. Kyle Shanahan is a top 10 guy. That's my opinion, and I'm going to die on that hill. You can point to the record and say, look, hasn't won a lot of games. Yeah, it's because of the quarterback situation. Jimmy Garoppolo has only been healthy for 1 full season. Other than that, Kyle Shanahan, what he's been doing from an offensive standpoint, somewhat revolutionary. I think he's a top 10 guy. What do you think, though? Get your votes in the comment section. Let your voices be heard. That's the beauty of Chat Sports. We're an interactive YouTube channel. We allow you to voice your opinions. Type T for, yeah, he's a top 10 guy, no doubt. Type O for outside. Get your votes in down below. 49ers Report today is presented by our friends at Magic Spoon. It's the healthiest cereal that is also the tastiest out there right now of any cereal brand on the market. And they have some delicious flavors that are to die for. Now, my personal favorite, peanut butter. I mean, I've been a peanut butter sucker for a really long time, but the good thing about Magic Spoon, other than the fact that per serving you get 13 grams of protein, 4 grams of net carbs, and 0 grams of sugar, is the bevy of flavors that Magic Spoon is trotting out there. The options are really endless. You can either get a variety of pack by going to magicspoon.com/49ers report, which gets you $5 off at checkout, or you can go with Fruity. Who doesn't like Fruity Pebbles, right? But this is the healthier version. Peanut butter, my personal favorite. Cocoa, but we're not done. How about cinnamon? I really like cinnamon as well. Kind of depends on the day. Frosted, another delicious flavor from Magic Spoon, and blueberry. You can get $5 off of all these flavors by going to magicspoon.com/49ers report. They're a brand new sponsor of what we do here at Chat Sports. And if you like what we're doing, I guarantee you will also like Magic Spoon. It's healthy cereal that tastes like the cereal that we ate when we were children, but it's healthy for all of us now that we are adults. Raheem Mostert, the mentor. Is he going to mentor this young 49ers running back group? I'm going to go ahead and give this 3 Shanahats once again because I, too, think it is very, very likely. Raheem Mostert was on Sirius XM NFL radio and said he looked forward to mentoring and tutoring and teaching the young running backs on this roster, including the 2 recent draft picks in Trey Sermon out of Ohio State, the 3rd-round pick, as well as Elijah Mitchell, the 6th-round pick out of Louisiana. Said he's excited to work with these younger backs, and at 29 years old, Raheem Mostert, hard to believe, is the elder statesman of the running backs on this roster. Here's what he had to say on SiriusXM. We all challenge each other. They're going to get the best out of me, and I'm going to try to get the best out of them, especially with the younger guys. Trey and Elijah, those two guys, they're really learning under me right now, and they're understanding the game and what it takes to be a pro, and they're handling it so well. What better guy to learn from than Raheem Mostert? He was a guy who had to really cut his teeth. He had to earn a roster spot. He was an undrafted guy who popped around a couple of different organizations before finally landing with the Niners and earning his keep to the point where he was producing, the main producer at running back for a Super Bowl team. It's an awesome story, and for Trey Sermon, Elijah Mitchell, Wayne Gallman, JaMychal Hasty, Jeff Wilson, to look at a guy like that who had to earn his money, earn his roster spot, earn his way on the National Football League. It's a pretty impressive path for Mostert, and I think he'd be a good mentor for some of those young dudes on this team. So will Mostert get the most carries in 2021? Because I mentioned all of those running backs, and it's going to be a very competitive running back room going into training camp. Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Be sure to get your votes in the comment section down below.